Welcome back to Magnetic Manifesting, the channel where we talk all things astrology, tarot, esoteric, woo woo to get you on the positive vibe, babe. Let's talk about it. I am Jack Scott Lee. If you don't already know, welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to be discussing the rather juicy and delicious full moon in the sign of Capricorn. So, this full moon will be happening at 18 degrees of Capricorn on Thursday, the 10th of July 2025, as I'm recording this a bit before. And depending on where you are in the world, adjust your time zones and days for that. And for the GMT time, it will be on a Thursday. Okay, so check that out. This will be happening at 18 degrees, right? And so in this video, we're going to talk about all the things aligned with this full moon. We'll talk about all the aspects, how it's going to affect each and every sign. And so check out the timestamps for that. What I'll timestamp all the videos so you can go on, click on your rising sign, which brings me on to your birth chart. You need to know for these videos, when I do the forecast, I'm always talking about your rising sign. So, really useful to have your birth chart details at hand, your birth chart, right? So, go on to, I usually leave a birth chart calculator at in the links, so you can go and check that out. Pop in your, if you don't already have it, pop in your birth details, your time of birth, your location, all that stuff. The time is really important because the time will give you the most accurate rising sign. Because a rising sign changes every 2 hours within 24 hours in a day. So you'll go through all 12 rising signs within the day. Okay. And so this will generate your birth chart. They're free to do. You can get them online, and then from there you want to pick out your rising sign, which will be in the first house. Your ascendant, the sign which is rising in the eastern horizon on the moment you were born. You took your first breath. This is what is known as your rising sign. This will be the most accurate for you. Okay. If you don't have those details, of course, check out your sun sign. And I always like to say to listen to your three, your big three. So your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign as well. The moon sign is really important because you'll show you your feelings and your emotions, your security, your home, your home life and your inner world, as well as your sun sign, because the sun sign is the energy of you. Okay. If the rising sign is your projection, the sun sign is the energy of you, right? And so I think it's really great to, um, time permitted, of course, darling, to be able to check out all three to get a good overview of what the hell is going on in the sky. And we all have Capricorn within our birth chart somewhere. Okay, so depending on your rising sign, the house which Capricorn sits in, or houses, depending on which system you are using, will show you where this full moon will be activated for you the most. Okay, so before I continue, let's talk about some really, really juiciness. Cute thing I wanted to share with you is that I am now launching my Decode Your Birth Chart astrology course where you can learn to not only read your own birth chart with confidence, but also the charts of others too. Whether you want to do that at a professional level or just personally, just for fun, this course is for you, designed for people who want to decode their birth chart, like the title suggests, look into what it all means, all the planets, the aspects of the houses, the signs, how they all talk to one another, and all of it. I've literally, there's hours and hours and hours of videos, as well as downloadable content, PDFs, workbooks, cheat sheets, you name it. I've put it all together into one space for you, as well as a few bonus videos on there too, talking about love and romance, finance, business, soul purpose. Girl, there's a lot at the moment. I'm having that on a pre-sale before we get the Venus and Jupiter Kazemi. And so that'll be the full launch price. But right now, I have that for you, especially at pre-sale. So go and check that out. Put the links in the show notes. All right. And if you want a personal reading with me, go through the stand shop and have a look on there. I do have like a 4 to 6 week waiting list on readings. So bear with, but get your name on that list and get yourself booked in. If you want to do a reading with me, I do birth chart readings, solar returns, transit, predictions, all the things, right? I think in birth chart reading, if you've not had one with me before, is probably one of the most beneficial things to have first. Okay. And then we can build on from there. So go and and check those out. What else did I want to say before we move on? I had something really important I wanted to say. So the chart readings are kosher. Oh yeah. So I use when I'm doing these videos, I use whole sign, and I love whole sign system. I think it's amazing. I also use passages too. So if I'm doing your personal reading, I will look at both, and so something to bear in mind. So don't be like I only want passages, I only want whole sign. I usually use both, and I think it gives you a really great overall story because the whole sign house system was created by the ancients and still used to this day for prediction. And passages came on much later on. It still has its place in astrology, of course. And when we're talking deep esoteric ancient astrology, girl, you cannot mess with whole sign house. So that's my spin on that. Okay, so let's talk about it. So Capricorn, right? We have first of all 10th of July, 18 degrees, the degree of Virgo. Okay, this is the full moon energy that we're going to be embodying. Okay, and so let me just pull up the chart for that before we continue. Du-du-du-du-du. So, first of all, as I was saying, we want to look at where you have Capricorn in your chart because wherever you have Capricorn, you'll have the ruler, of course. The house is ruled by Saturn. Okay. And so, if it's ruled by Saturn, I always say that wherever Capricorn lies in your birth chart, that is where you're going to face a challenge or where you're going to have to work that bit more. Okay, to reap the rewards, because that's in a Saturn ruled house. You have Capricorn and Aquarius. So those houses will sit side by side. Those two houses will bring you most challenges and growth, as well as where you have Saturn natally, because wherever you have Saturn is where you need to do the work. Saturn is the time lord, the lord of karma, the lord of restriction, but also ultimately it's your lessons. And once you overcome the lessons of karma and Saturn, then Saturn loves to bless. It does bring delays. Um, but if you work with the energy of Saturn, you reap huge blessings. Okay, because Capricorn is the Earth powerhouse of all the signs. Wherever you have that, wherever it is in your birth chart, we have structure, ambition, legacy, and responsibility. All right. Capricorn is the builder. It's the goat. He likes to climb. He likes to scale. Whilst also emerging from the sea as a sea guide. So it's very spiritual. It is about long-term goal. It's about discipline. It's about doing the work and showing up and creating something long-lasting. Okay. Um, I always notice when I read people's charts, wherever they have Capricorn, that it's usually like where they have a lot of lessons to learn too. So, Capricorn, the fourth house people, they can have a lot of lessons in family karma, because the fourth house is the energy of that, right? Capricorn or Saturn in the first house, I've noticed that by reading people's charts, is that they all face a lot of lessons when it comes to self worth, self confidence, believing in oneself, and also being isolated from others too. um, I've noticed people who have Saturn in Libra, the exalted Saturn, they tend to do better, and Saturn can sometimes act like a benefic and blessing them rather than challenging them. They still have to do the work because it's Saturn after all. Just know that wherever Saturn is lying for you, it'll bring you, like, for example, one of my clients has Saturn in seventh house. And they were like, does that mean because Saturn blocks and restricts, I'm never going to find love because the seventh house is the house of love and romance and marriage? I said, well, no, because what happens is I find either with Saturn in the seventh house, that these people will either marry later on, yeah, Saturn delay after 36, or they will tend to attract lovers where there's an age difference because Saturn rules um, older people, for example, right? So I've noticed there's some age and different relationships, but still work, right? And ultimately, Saturn will give you challenges for you to grow, for you to then harness the energy and power. Because wherever you have Saturn, you'll have your master energy as well there. Okay. So let me just timestamp that for you. Okay. So this is like I've totally gone derailed on my order. So where are we? I'm gonna put that as 433. 433. And then I wanted to talk about, well, what is a full moon? So every month, sometimes twice a month, we have a full moon, right? And the full moon is the time when the sun and the moon will be opposite each other in the sky, and their shadows meet, casting over one another, right? And we have this phenomenon of the full moon, which happens every month. Sometimes we get more than one, depending on what is going on in the sky, because we should really have a 13-month calendar, but the calendar was changed for um, reasons we can't talk about on this channel. But yes, so generally once a month we have full moon. Okay. And the full moon is a great time to let things go, to write down what's no longer working, what area you want to let go of, or allow yourself to forgive yourself for, and then notice what's not working. Because the full moon about release, it's not the best time to be like, okay, I want to manifest something new, because the moon energy is waiting and the shadow and and the shadow of the moon is covering the sun. So and we have a dark period, and actually the moon will, after the full moon begins to dissipate and begins its waning phase, and the waning phase is the weakest time for you to manifest something new. All right, but it's a perfect time to recognize, well, this is no longer what I want. This is not working. What can I tweak? It doesn't mean you have to give up on your goals, dreams, and desires. It just means that okay, what do I want to let go of, or what do I need to rethink? Because also this is 18 degrees, and 18 degrees is about structure and organization because this is the Virgo degree, of course. And so, if you're talking about the Virgo degree, then this is about organization because Virgo loves to organize. So, this is a great time to sit down and be like, okay, what's not working in my life? I'm 6 months into the year. I'm in July. What do I want to let go of? What do I want to, what blockages or what can I remove from my life that can catapult me forward into what I actually want? What versions of me are outdated? You know, Capricorn is about building something long lasting, and if we can't build, if we're building something new, we can't build strong, firm foundations if we're still carrying old structures that are no longer working for us. Especially now with Uranus changing signs, we have Uranus at 0 degrees. Fantastic time to restructure, reorganize, shock everybody, and do the damn thing. Okay, so bada bada bada. I'm just writing down all the timestamps as we go along. All right, and so as mentioned, we have this full moon at 18 degrees of Capricorn, and the 18th degree of Capricorn is all about getting things organized, getting things done. The key aspects that we have from the full moon, right? We have a couple of things going on. So we have first of all, you want to see what Saturn is doing, right? Well, 'cause why do you want to see what Saturn is doing? Because Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. Okay, so it's really important to have a look at the ruler of the moon, which is Saturn, or the depositor. And Saturn will be in a harmonious aspect to Uranus and Pluto. So this is about, as you just said, um, doing things differently. Saturn's kind of supporting that because even though Saturn's about let's get a structured organization, do things the old way, it's actually in a harmonious aspect to Uranus. It's about, okay, you know what? I don't really like how you flex with your crazy ways, Uranus. However, I'm at the start of my journey in Aries. You're at the start of your journey in Gemini. We're both in uncharted territory for a long time. We haven't been here, or we're revisiting something. And actually, we can work together to not be so rigid in getting things done. Pluto's in the mix here because Pluto and Saturn are also in conjunction. And the conjunction to Jupiter is dissipating now. So that is something because we've had this Jupiter blessing going on in Cancer, which is amazing. However, Saturn has been creating this huge square where the energy is like, I want to achieve so much incredible stuff. I want to think outside the box. I'm going to go for my goal, dreams, and desires. However, I feel something is blocking me. You know, and you'll have that blockage from the square of Saturn, where how stuff falls in for you. And so, for example, Libra, if you're a Libra rising and you've got Jupiter in the 10th house, blessing your work, blessing your career and your public status. However, you have a square from Saturn, which is in your relationship house. It could be there's something going on within a relationship which is holding you back from achieving your goals, dreams, and desires. This is how the square is playing out. But the square is now dissipating, which is great. We have a square. The moon is going to be square in Chiron, and so that's going to be about healing as well, healing old wounds when it comes to your authority because Chiron's in Aries, and this is about putting in boundaries. Um, to invite healing into your relationships and without blame. So this is a great time to look around and think, okay, what's no longer working in my relationships? What's no longer working in my work routines? What can I let go of? Where can I lovingly put boundaries in to protect my peace? The moon will be in opposition in Cancer, all right? So the moon in Cancer, yeah, balancing soul care, you know what I mean? Sorry, moon opposing Jupiter, so I'm balancing care and emotional sensitivity, okay? I mean, the moon, they say the moon is debilitated in Capricorn. We do have some influence with Jupiter, highlighting some of that moon energy. So Jupiter will be about delving into spirituality and healing as well. So great time to heal, great time to release, great time to let go. That trying for Mars too. Mars is in Virgo right now, and like I said, the degree is the Virgo degree. Okay, and so this is about prioritizing your goals and the Mars sorry, yeah, the Mars trine, which is going to be making a conjunction to the South Node, is going to be helping us cut, sever, and tie things that are no longer working for us too, in like a loving, healing way as well. Like allowing yourself to let go of what's no longer working for you, so you can then call in what is. You know, um, because the moon in Capricorn, right, is very much about, how can I fix this? How can I solve this? So it's about looking at my problems or my issues or my challenges and being, okay, well, what's within my power? You know, what can I do? And this is also Capricorn is big boss energy. So it's about what do I want to create? That's gonna be long lasting. That's gonna give me security. Where can I feel safe? Who makes me feel that? Can I provide that for me? How can I provide that for me? And where can I bring structure to that to bring me, to myself? The opposition from Cancer, with the sun being there, illuminating, Cancerian themes of home, security, warmth, protection is going to be really highlighted when we have this full moon. Okay, so let's talk about the. I know I don't type these down now. I'm just typing down all the time. I write them down usually old school style. But I know why I don't do that now because my laptop's always playing up. Okay, so bear with me. Let's talk about. Should we do that first? Should we do Sabian first? Or should we do rituals? Yeah, let's do rituals first. So, um, if you want to work with that the moon energy, I always like to use sun and moon. So, candle. If you have an altar in your house or sacred space, you can use candle energy. Is great. For the sun, we're going to use like a yellow candle, yellow or orange, right? For the moon, we will use a silver or white. All right. And these are great ways to work with that energy. Moonstone is fantastic. Citrine is gorgeous too. They're great stones to work with. Selenite is fantastic as well. Um, so once we set up the altar, okay, you could even use moon water. Like sometimes you can actually, I sometimes leave moon water out, like water out at night to charge up my crystals and use moon water, which you can either drink or you can even tap onto your temple, onto your third eye, onto your wrists. Okay, and go into meditation. You can journal as well on this, and you can write down how you've grown since the last Capricorn cycles. This can be when we had the last Capricorn new moon in January. From January to now, how have you grown? Something to think about. What are you calling in more of? What are you releasing? Okay, it's a great way, and also to practice and then to write down some of the things you're grateful for during that transit. All right, it's a great ritual to use, and even if you have tarot too, I think it's great that you can use a tarot with that and ask the question. Ask the tarot the questions too, like what energy can I call in with the full moon? What can I let go of? You know, and that sort of stuff. So Let's talk about some journal prompts. So I love to journal, and the prompts I'm going to use today, if you want to write these down, you can do these like with your ritual, or you can do them like after when you have some time. I like to say, what burdens have I been carrying around that no longer serve me? What legacy or personal authority do I want to build? Where in my life can structure coexist with tenderness? Is the balance of, boss energy Capricorn and nurturing energy of Cancer. What ancestral or emotional patterns am I ready to integrate today and release to? So have a moment for those and deep dive into those, okay? So let's move on from there. I want to talk about the Sabian symbol, which is really apt actually for what we've just been talking about with journaling, because the Sabian symbol for this will be a child with a huge shopping bag. Okay, the symbol's not about like overwhelmingness. It's about what the things that we carry and grow. All right. It is about, am I accepting myself as I am? All right. And am I the master of my own life? Am I the creator? Am I able to create? Can I bring my visions into fruition? It reminds us to be kind with ourselves and that we have all the strength in us to achieve what we want and to build from strength and emotional security. All right. That you don't it doesn't have to be this or that you don't have to suffer on the way to manifesting your dreams, goals, and desires. It is about nurturing your inner child and where we've had to carry the burden and responsibility, are we now allowed to take those lessons, thank the lessons, and move forward with so much knowledge and strength from the burdens that we've had to face, so we can now take that with us and expand upon our dreams and our goals and our desires, because we cannot carry around old past hate and burden and old habits or old stories and expect us to be able to manifest what we want, especially using this full moon energy. All right. So, my lovelies, let's get into the juicy readings. So, if you are a Aries rising, Aries sun, Aries moon, for you, this will be happening for you 10th of July at the 18th degree of Capricorn full moon in your 10th house, house of your public persona, your work, your career. All right. The spotlight is on you. All right. Your career is illuminated. So there could be something that you started that's coming to an ending. This is about letting go of old versions of you too when it comes to how you do work, how you show up at work, how you build your wealth and legacy. All right. If you've been doing the work behind the scenes, trust that now it's time to release, allow the universe to do its thing, and the results will start to roll in. I think that this is a Capricorn new full moon. You have added responsibility, which comes with recognition. All right, expect plot twists to unfold. All right, in the realms of work, in the realms of career, because we do have Uranus in the mix. We do have Pluto transformation in the mix too, as well as Neptune. All right. This is about being known for who you are, because your Capricorn house is about building legacy, and yours happens to be in the house of career. So being known for who you are and what you do, um, and receiving like respect and recognition for that. So expect really good news when it comes to work and career as well. And also letting go of old stories around work and career. And it could be that you want to completely pivot and plot twist and change your career completely, or go after a new role. Just know that with Capricorn in the mix, Saturn in the mix as well, Mars is giving you the passion and drive to go after what you want. That there will be work involved, but the rewards will be so juicy. So let's have a look at what the cards have to say for you, Aries. So you have a temperance in the mix. So temperance is all about look at all that mixing stuff. So you've got, all these things going on here, to create what you want. So justice, joy, sorrow, anger, it's all instant, seasonings, all in the mix here, right? All being mixed together. So this is like, you're doing all the things behind the scenes to, people might be seeing all the hard work you've been doing, Aries, behind the scenes, but just know that the temperance is about showing up for your future self, and it's also about you're being guided, and also seeking spiritual assistance. It could be something where you are going to be guided, and there's going to be a moment where something's going to be presented to you, which is like divine timing when it comes to work and career. So that is an amazing blessing. Just know that you're fully supported by the universe with the temperance card. So that is amazing. Good luck with that. And so if you are a Taurus rising, yeah. So Taurus rising, Taurus sun, Taurus moon for you. This will be happening in your very spiritual ninth house. So full moon on the 10th at 18 degrees, the Virgo degree of getting things organized in the house of spirituality, the house of travel, the house of truth and education, right? Um, so this could be a great time, or this could be a feeling where you are ready to let go of outdated beliefs, something that you thought to be true about something, about the way you view the world. And it's time to let those feelings go now because you're moving into a new era. This full moon is helping you to live and let go of anything that's no longer serving you because your soul wants expansion. The ninth house is about expansion, it's about travel. You might literally want to travel. All right, you might. So this is the time to book something far and wide. The ninth house rules a long distance travel. All right, um, this is your moment to honor your spiritual truth and to expand your horizons. Great time to let go of outdated beliefs, outdated spiritual systems. It could be like, you know what, I've been working with this mentor. No, I've got as far as I want to go. I'm going to either branch out on my own and start to deliver my words, or I need to call upon somebody else who's going to take me to the next level when it comes to my spiritual growth. There could be some endings around legalities. This is ninth house. Could be signing of contracts, uh, termination of contracts too with the ninth house, with your legal matters. Great time to book something when it comes to travel. Obviously, we do have Mercury retrograde, so bear that in mind, especially if you're booking somewhere new. All right. If you're thinking you could be wrapping up a course and then also wanting to start something else as well. All right. Or it could be you that want to get yourself out there, you want to publish something, start a course, sell a course, go back to university, take on something new when it comes to your spiritual beliefs. All right. So Taurus, let's have a look at your cards during this transit. Yes, we have the Three of Cups, the celebration card. Look, so for you, this is a great time to celebrate your achievements. The ninth house is about your achievements as well, right? So fantastic to celebrate how far you come, right? Capricorn has made you do the work. When it comes to your spiritual beliefs, your higher education, something you've been learning and building. The ninth house is about to give you something where you can celebrate. So celebrate how far you've come. Pour more love and joy into the things that you love and enjoy, and give yourself some time to reflect, pause, vacay, whatever you need to nourish your soul, so you can then come back like an even bad bitch that you are. All right, love that for you. That was awesome. And so next we have Gemini rising, Gemini sun, Gemini moon. For you, the full moon on the 10th of July at 18 degrees of Capricorn, the Virgo degree, asking you to get organized in this area, will be happening in the eighth house. And so the eighth house is to do with shared resources, banks, money, loan, consolidation, the house of sex and marriage, of intimacy, of spirituality, of sex. It's very like, shadow house, right? The house of transformation. You have Capricorn here, so you got to do the work when it comes to joint finances. All right. So there could be a moment for you to let go of control. All right. When it comes to how you do your finances, how you work with your clientele, how you do money. This is the house of money, right? There could be some shock surprises coming in when it comes to finance, either money coming in, money going out, partners' money as well. This is the house of all partners' money, because it's second house from the seventh. And so, full moon here could be a culmination point where something you started in January will now be seeing the fruition of it. So it could be that you may even get some money back from an investment that you made, or it could be a great time to sell one of those. Um, this could that this is a full moon, and a full moon I am generally can bring an ending of something. So this could be an ending to a way you and a partner do shared resources. It could be a letting go of a relationship, right? Or it could be letting go of old stories around scarcity, around intimacy. It could be I used to hold myself back because I've been hurt in the past. Now I'm ready to step forward and be vulnerable and connect with my lover. You know, because the eighth house is about allowing yourself to be more intimate. And intimacy doesn't just mean sex; it can be like how you are open with somebody. And your age, so your relationships are going to be coming to the forefront. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, because when you do that, you can become the most empowered version, Saturn, of yourself. You know, Saturn, a Saturn house can give you, especially the full moon here, can be where you might take your relationship to the next level. Are you ready for deeper commitment? And we talk about commitment. This could be a financial. You could be ready to embark upon a financial commitment too. It could be a mortgage, a business deal, something like that, right? We are in shadow with Mercury retrograde, so please double check everything with that. Okay, so what is your card? Yep, Four of Swords. So look, Four of Swords. Look at her. She's sitting there with all her things all around her. At bliss, you know. This is the time the Four of Swords is calling, urging on you to now take a step back, full moon, under this energy to rest and retreat, and don't make any decisions just yet. If the opportunity is presented to you where you are about to up level up on your relationships, asking this is something that's serving me, is this lighting me up, is this bringing me joy, this is what I want, am I having my needs met, lovingly letting go of anything that isn't working for you. And then the more you can say, the more you can say yes to what lights you up and no to what isn't, the abundance will just roll in. It's about taking care of yourself and your needs in your intimate relationships, and also how you do money. So, looking after your finances and creating some security for you too. Okay. Good luck with that. And so, moving on, we have Cancer rising, Cancer sun, Cancer moon. For you, this will be happening in the seventh house, the house of your relationships. So, we have a full moon, 18 degrees, the Virgo degree of getting organized, of analyzing, of getting things done in the house of your relationships. So, the full moon, right, is about a realization of relationships. It could be like, okay, this is no longer working for me. You know, um, because the full moon is a clarity and closure point. So it could be like, okay, you know what? This relationship is no longer working for me. I need to cut, sever, and tie. Mars in Virgo, right? Is giving us a sextile energy for that, a trine energy for that, harmonious energy for you to lovingly let go of anything or anyone that's no longer serving you. All right. You could even with this energy be like, hey, this is not working, but this is what I want. And so you can there can be a conversation where you're going to actually take that relationship to another level. All right, if you're in a partnership, okay. Or stepping away from something that's no longer aligned for you. All right. Either way, it's about coming back into alignment with yourself. Okay. Because your relationships are a mirror. So, and what are they reflecting to you? Okay, that's pretty deep, isn't it? You have Jupiter here. I have no doubt, you have so many incredible blessings when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to romance, 'cause you have the God of abundance in your sign. Okay. And so relationships are going to be blessed with that, but they also bring things to the surface where, okay, well, what's the wrong alignment? Or where does it need work? Where can we pivot? Where can we work together on? And this can be business relationships too, at work. This is not just romantic, these are all relationships. Okay. Okay, so what is your card? So cool. You got a jumper. Let's have a look. Jumped out under my table. Let's have a look. What do we have? So yeah, three of wands. She is doing the work, honey, scrubbing away at clearing that clutter of emotional depth. Whether you're single or in a relationship, it's like, what do I want when it comes to my love relationships? What am I calling in? Am I doing the work, Saturn? Am I doing the work on me? You know, can I still do the work? And my partner be doing the work? Because it takes two of us to come together to form harmony. You know, or do I need to live and let go of? What business relationships are working, what work relationships or family dynamics are no longer serving me or not working for me, or where do I need to speak up at? Where can I draw a line? Where am I prepared to do the work, or where have I done enough work that it's time to know, you know, when to move on. Okay, so I love that for you. Good luck. Moving on, we have Leo. Leo rising, Leo sun, Leo moon for you on the 10th of July. We have a full moon in Capricorn at 18 degrees, right? For you, it'll be the house of your health, your day-to-day routines, the place that you visit, your habits, sixth house, right? They're going to be amplified under the moonlight. So this is a time for you, Leo, to recalibrate, reorganize, nourish your routine. Have you been neglecting yourself and your needs? Are you nourishing your body? Are you nourishing your soul? Or are you running yourself into the ground? Right. The full moon is about completion and project completion at work too. Or job shifts. Can we change jobs with this? Um, this is your wake up call for self care. Making those appointments when it comes to your health. Make sure you're buying the right food, looking after your nutrition, getting your sleep. This is the top of position. But also, Leah, you're the type that likes to have fun, right? So just because it's discipline, it doesn't mean it has to be unhealthy. Okay, because I mean not unhealthy, not fun. You like to have fun because you're the sign of fun. To have fun while you're doing this, all right? How can you reorganize your structure but do it in a Leo fun way? I like to play. So, for example, if I'm cleaning the house, I like to play music. If I'm doing my to-do list or doing my admin for my businesses, I'm playing music. I'm having my favorite food, that sort of stuff, right? If I'm going to the gym, I'm listening to my favorite shows or whatever. I'm trying to make it fun, right? Um, so discipline doesn't have to be heavy, all right? Um, choose what truly supports you, and the version of that you want to become. Because the Capricorn full moon is about letting go of old versions of you, okay? Old stories, old habits. You could change work. You could change because the sixth house is a place that you frequent all the time. So it could be like you might go to a new gym, you might start a new, you might let go, but not, you might let go of something that's not working, fitness wise, and start a new dance class, something like that. It's that sort of energy, okay? So new pets, sixth house is pets. What does the tarot have to say for you? Emperor, honey, Empress. This is gorgeous. Look, the Empress card. The Empress. So this is about nurturing you, taking time out for you to chill, to um, take the bubble baths, light the candles, do the journaling, do the shadow work. Realize if you go back into the video where I put about there's a full moon journaling exercise as well as a ritual. Do that, release, allow to let go. Because self-care is not just about doing face masks and bubble baths. That is part of it. But also, it's about nurturing yourself inside too. So, like doing the shadow work, releasing what no longer is, writing down, okay, this is what's not working for me. This is who I want to become. This is what I want. This is what I'm manifesting. How can I do one small thing every week or every day, whatever it is, right? Start before you're ready. Okay. Love that for you. Okay. So if you are a Virgo rising, sun and moon, right? Or moon, or both. You have a full moon in the fifth house. That has a fun bash. This full moon, right? 18 degrees is a degree of Virgo. It's your degree. Okay. So it's about getting organized, but having organized fun. Virgo, you are the master of organized fun. Creative expression is the fifth house, as well as pleasure. Great time for dating. And the need to play more as well. Is what we want to the surface. The full moon is a great time. Like, if you're an artist or something that's quite creative, you can tap into that moon energy to become center stage. This could be like a climax for a passion project. Um, or you could be getting some clarity on your love life because this is the fifth house is about dating, right? Casual dating, sex, passion. So you could be calling in new lovers. You could be letting go of some stanky old ones that are long serving you, or you could be taking to the next level. Or you could be getting organised. Again, okay, I've got all these lovers. I need to slot them into my schedule somehow. Or I've got all these amazing ideas about my business or about launching my business, creativity, the fifth house is entrepreneurship. I need to actually get a schedule where I can get this shit together so I can launch it into the world. All right. If the fear, this is Virgo, the fear of perfectionism has held you back from being seen, this is your green light to go for it, all right? Because this is the full moon energy where romance, self-expression, and joy is your fuel for you to get what you want. So call in the lovers, call in the opportunities, do what lights you up and embrace your inner child. This is the fifth house for you to do that, okay? The full moon for a year, let's have a look, right? I mean, Saturn can call in, Saturn is in the mix here, so you could be calling in like older, rich lovers. Love that. Or just get organized when it comes to your business. Think about starting a side hustle. Go for it. Get organized. Get it out there. Page of Swords. So, yes, we talk about procrastination. Start before you're ready. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it done and then make it perfect later. It's a great time for you to all those incredible ideas that you have. This is this is your time now to honor those and to start doing like action steps daily, weekly, monthly to launch into your highest version of yourself. All right. Page of Wands are calling lovers too. Like I said, there's always with this Saturn in the mix and Capricorn in the mix. Writing down like this is fifth house energy. You can literally write because this is the Virgo degree. Writing it down, write down what lover am I calling in, what do I want in my relationships, what do I want in my business, what do I want in my the fifth house is one of the money lucky houses. How much money do you want to call in, and what do you want to do with all that cash? Write it all down and quantum leap into the future, right? And call it in right now. Okay. Use the full moon energy for that, Virgo. Alrighty. And so if you are a Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I am one of you. Guys, for us, right? The full moon on the 10th of July, in Capricorn, our fourth house, 18 degrees, the house of home, family, karma, ancestry, our literal home, right? Your inner world, your security. Girl, it's about to shift. Emotional clarity around your home, around your family, your roots, where you belong, right? Uh, this is about the past. So something from your past may come up, full moon. Past may come up for you to learn from and to release. Okay. For me, for example, we're having squares from the seventh house as well. This is all tied in relationships. So this could be happening for you too. Okay. Mercury is in the mix as well. Okay. So this is about reframing old stories, honoring old stories too, right? Honoring old relationships, um, honoring family stories as well. That forgiveness doesn't mean forgiving someone's behavior. Can be like, I'm forgiving you and releasing that so that I can move forward. Okay. And part of forgiveness can be like, I no longer want you in my life because X, Y, and Z. Okay. This is my boundary, Saturn. Okay. Capricorn, my boundary. I need to put that in place. All right. Redefining your home. It could be you may want to move, right? You might want to move. You might want to zhuzh up your own home. You could literally be moving. Um, you may want to retreat into your home for a bit too. Okay. Redefining what safety and security mean for you and what stability means to you. Giving yourself the permission to create the home that you truly desire. I truly, really feel that, this for me energy, I am creating the home that I truly desire through judging up my home place, but also as well, I'm literally moving home. Literally. All right. So you can play it for you too. You might literally want to move somewhere. Uh, we have harmonious energy from Saturn, harmonious energy from Mars, giving you the passion and drive to go after your goals, the passion and drive to go after your dreams, and the drive and determination to go after your desires too. And Saturn squared from Jupiter, dissipating as well. That is lovely, allowing us to feel the abundance of Jupiter just that bit stronger. Okay. Um, give yourself permission to create the home that you truly desire and not just what's expected by others. We have Uranus going through the ninth house now. This is about, creating the life that you truly want, not what's expected from you. Okay. Out with the old, in with the new. Okay. We have the Five of Pentacles. So this is about, there may have been issues around family, around the people that we call home. When I say people that you call home, this could be around, your actual family, the friends that you have, your relationships. There could be like a situation that might come up in the past where, there may have been like distress, sadness, sorrow, being let down, being hurt, opportunities, what I call them opportunities to grow. You know, the universe, you never lost anything. The universe gave you space to bring in people who are on your level, to call in people who are your new top family. Because throughout your life and throughout your chapters of your book of your life, you're going to have characters showing up all the time. Some of those characters will be throughout all the stories. Some will dip in and out. Some will just be in for season one, season two. And that's okay as well. The full moon is clearing out anyone who's no longer serving you, my darling, because now is the time for you to make space for opportunity, friends, lovers, all the things that are on your vibration and beyond. You haven't even met some of those people yet who are going to love you so much, man, and it's so amazing. So keep your arms open and your soul open to that energy. That is awesome for you. All right, so all right, okay. So if you are a Scorpio, rising, sun and moon. We have a full moon at 18 degrees, the degree of Virgo, getting shit done, getting organized, right? In the house of this is the third house for you. The third house for you. Yeah, I'm just, yeah. Third house for you, Scorpio. This is the house of your voice, the house of your immediate surroundings, your local area, travel as well, siblings, right? Friends. Um, Scorpio, this is this is the time for you to express what you want. People can't guess what you want. You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them, honey. Unlike you and we're not mind readers. All right, so speak your truth. All right. Um, I think I feel Scorpios sometimes talk in riddles. So open communication, third house full moon. All right. Um, There could be some deep conversations to be had. This could be with siblings, your friends. All right. There's gonna be a mindset. Can't speak. Mindset shift as well when it comes to how you want to communicate what you wants, needs, and desires. There could be a combination point for creative projects. If you're publishing, releasing, writing, podcasting, producing some things, could be a combination point for that. Um, This is a time for you to rise and have evolution when it comes to, how you come across, how you speak to others. The third house rules your siblings, also rules, so they could be having like endings in their life where they're going to be like finishing something and moving on to the next chapter. You could be drawing a line into something when it comes to anything to do with your siblings and the people you call your friends too. So you may want to travel. This is like short distance travel, so it could be like wrapping up our vacay plans with the third house too. um let's pull a card for you, Scorpio, and see how this full moon is gonna be affecting you. This is the Scorpio card, right? The huge, huge transformations. I feel like with this card, there's going to be huge transformation when it comes to how you interact with others. It could be like, you know what? I'm no longer third house communication, accepting X, Y, and Z. Capricorn wants to be respected wherever Capricorn is, right? So you have Capricorn in the third house. You want to be respected by how you speak to others. You when you say something, this is how I demand respect, and you want to be heard and you want your voice to be seen too. So this could be in the realms of your friendship circles, how you communicate or work with others, your siblings, your immediate family. Okay, or you could even be traveling for work where you have to communicate with others too, right? So it's a great time for that. Huge, huge transformation in those realms too. All right, you could even be, and this is the third house also rules like travel and how you move around. So you could be like buying and selling a car too. All right, Mercury retrograde, good time to buy second hand. Please sign and check when it comes to travel. Check all your documents. All right. Okay. Where are we? Where are we? Okay. If you are a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you have a full moon happening for you at 18 degrees, the degree of Gemini, asking you to get organized, right, on the 10th of July. Get organized with your many honey. Yes, you have a full moon in the second house. Ruling your finances and your self worth and your values. All right. So, are you getting organized with your money? Do you know, this is about getting your ducks in a row. This is not about judgment. This is about getting your ducks in a row. Um, how you spend it, how you save it, how you work for it. There could be letting go of old jobs as well. Or you could be letting go of like old money stories too. This is a full moon. There could be expenditures. There could be expenditures coming in. Um, the full moon in Capricorn in your second house is about uh, working on your values around self worth. How much do you love yourself? Do you believe that you allow yourself to be abundant? Capricorn in second house, you guys have to work hard. You got to hustle for the money. You know what I mean? So this is about is what I'm doing for my work in alignment to my soul purpose. You know, um, how am I earning my money? You know, is that in alignment to my values? Am I allowing myself to release scarcity mindset? Because Capricorn is about family lineage, so it could be that you have some scarcity mindset issues to work on. And I love to release those through tapping. If you go through my YouTube channel, I have loads of tapping videos on like releasing scarcity, reprogramming your mindset, doing some EFT tapping and affirmation work on I am abundant, I am worthy and deserving. You are worthy and deserving of being well paid and supported in every area of your life. Am I aligning my actions? Saturn's karma. Am I aligning my actions in that as well? Because if I'm not, then I will be, rightly served. So, oh, let's let's shuffle the cards and see what's in store for you, Sagittarius. What is going on for you? Let's have a look. So, oh, I love this. King of Wands. You could have, this is second house energy. All right, second house energy. So, second house is all about, the work that you do. Right. So there could be full moon. Be like, okay, I'm letting go of this old cycle of my life, but there's so much better on the way, and trusting that too. Could be new opportunities coming in. New mentors coming in as well. King of Wands, an older person coming in to present something to you. All right. Rewriting your money stories as well, and stack that cash, babe. All right. I think, and are you safe to spend and receive? Money's always in the flow. I'm always in overflows. Affirmation I like to use. Everything I touch turns to gold. I'm always in overflow. There's more than enough money. Money's always flowing into me. And embodying that King of Wands energy, what one thing can I do every day to make me feel abundant? That doesn't mean you have to go and spend all your money. What can I do that brings me the feeling and energy of being abundant? Okay. Love that for you. And so, moving on, if you are a Capricorn, I'm laughing because almost said Aquarius. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for you. You have your full moon. This is a huge for you, honey. Hugely personal because in your sign, okay. What did you start 6 months ago that we're going to wrap it up now? Girl, this is squaring your work house and your home house and the house of your relationships, okay, opposing. Shedding old identity, Capricorn, stepping into the more aligned version of you, stepping into your empowerment, your appearance, your goals. You're shifting dramatically in all areas. You could be moving home, you could be calling in new work opportunities, there could be new relationships, ending of the old ones too. There could be a shock endings, Uranus in the mix. Relationships, work, money, home. Let go of the pressure to have because it's 18 degrees, right? The degree of Virgo. Let go of the pressure to have everything figured out, but also allowing yourself to organize. So it could be like, okay, where do I, first of all, where can I honor myself over the last 6 months? How have I grown? Yeah. Where have I grown in the last 6 months? Because we had a new moon in Capricorn, right? What lessons have I learned? Where do I need to do the work more? You know, where can I give gratitude for the things that I thought were going to ruin me, which didn't? Or where can I call in gratitude for the things that are working? All right. And now it's about, okay, what can I lovingly let go of, which is no longer my highest vibration because I'm now stepping into my future version of myself. All right. So let's do a little tarotcito for you. Girl, you got the world. Look at that gorgeous filing cabinet. It's a very Virgo deck, isn't it? Home, family, children, all of it, right? Time to get organized. Use this form of energy to write down what you want, call it in, all right? Go back to the start of this video where I popped in what's the word I'm looking for? A ritual for you to call in all your wants, dreams, goals, and desires, right? Let go of what no longer serving you, focus on what is, and focus on what you want to call in more of, all right? Love that for you, Capricorn. Okay, so let's move on. We have, if you are a Aquarius, Sun, rising moon, girl, I'm on a you. I'm on a you too, honey. We have a very mental full moon because our full moon will be happening in the 12th house. All right. 12th house, the house of sleep, spirituality, retreat, mental wellness, hidden enemies. See? All right. Happening on the 10th of July at 18 degrees, the Virgo degree, the degree of getting our shit together, of getting organized. All right. The closing of a cycle also. Okay. Healing, spirituality, ending of a journey. This is deep. Retreat. You might be feeling yourself retired. I am. I'm Aquarius sun. I'm feeling retired for the full moon, the dark phase of the moon, right? Rest, do your rituals, reconnect with the inner world, retrieve from everybody else, honey. All right. This is your time to surrender to the universe. What you put out there, what you manifesting, it's happening. Trust. Release that shit to the universe. Allow it to happen. Let your soul lead. Trust your intuition. All right. Trust that what's being cleared for you is no longer serving you and it's no longer for you to carry. All right. Responsibilities, people, burdens, let that shit go. Great time to meditate. All right. Meditation, visualization, affirmation work. Great time to write down and let go. Everything's not working for you. I know the last 6 months, the last Capricorn new moon, and how far you've come, what you're letting go of, what you're calling in. Use this full moon to clear out, declutter, get organized, and honor your spirituality. This also has a trouble, so big trouble plans might come up. All right. And just that karma is being served. Wow. Yes. As I said, karma is being served. 12th house karma, Saturn is karma, as is Capricorn. We had the Four of Wands jump the F out. Celebration. Look, girl, we are fully supported by the universe. The Four of Wands is about security, celebration, good news on the horizon. Rest, sit back, retreat. You've done the work. Allow the universe to unfold. You are fully supported. The universe has your back. We can do this. Yes. So gassed. Love that for us. Love that for us. What a fab card to jump out at. Love that. Yeah. Okay. So finally, we have Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Girl, full moon on the 10th of July, 18 degrees, the Virgo degree of getting things organized, getting things done, being of service. My darling, for you, 11th house, 11th house. What is 11th house? The house of your biggest goals, dreams, and desires. That is all. House of good luck and good fortune. Hello. As well as dreams, communicate dreams, as well as your dreams, also your community. All right. Um, seeing people for who they are. All right. Also, this is a great time to, you're just because you've known someone for a long time does not mean you gotta be friends. Okay. This is about letting go of people who are no longer in your vibration. Full moon is about endings. There could be some endings about friendships, friendship circles, groups that you're part of, and actually letting those go so you can make space for people who are on your vibration, people who are in your alignment, people who want your best interest, and meeting people who are going to help you on your biggest goals, dreams, and desires on the journey towards those two. Great time to join groups, to be you're part of something. Um, could be done shifts in dynamics in friendship circles as well. Your future self is asking you to carve your new path. Okay. Are you surrounding yourself with people who are going to help you get what you want? All right. This is your time now to dream big. The full moon and the full moon only happens on once a month, right? Use its energy to call in like what you want and also write down the version of you. Who are they? And what do they have? And what can you do to then move forward to the person you want to be? What actions can I take? This is Saturn. This is Capricorn. This is about working, right? What can I do daily? Grind. This have to grind my ass off. But actually, what small steps can I do? Don't start to be ready. Just start. Just start, right? Start before you're ready. Because you're never ready for anything. All right. Dream bigger than you've ever dreamed before. Okay. You are as you say yes to what you want and no to what you don't, the universe will bring you people, 11th house, who are going to help you and guide you through. This could be through people you see online, people you meet in real life, the podcasts that you listen to, the aha moments. Know that nothing is a coincidence. You're always being God, you're always being guided to where you're supposed to be, all right? So, my darling, let's do your cards. Okay, so, du-du-du-du-du. Pisces, what's going on for you? Let's have a look. Right, so, this came out for Aries, I think, earlier. Temperance. This is about creating. Create the life that you want through the things that you do every day. All right. Use the energy of this new nation to honor how far you've come over the last 6 months. Yeah. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank the lessons and the blessings. Have gratitude for them. And then call in all your biggest goals, dreams, and desires for the 6 months ahead. All right. We have a new moon in January in Capricorn, and we are going to call in so much wealth, so much abundance, so much prosperity. Allow yourself to receive and be guided by the universe with that. Love that for you. Well done. All right, guys. So, if you love this video as much as I love creating them, I would so love it if you do all the things like, subscribe, share, shout from the rooftops, do all of it, and I will catch you on my next video.